Shalom, giving all praise to Yahweh Shem Yahushua Ba'ashum Kakodash, and I'm going to title this video, Offenses May Come. I just started watching this video put up by GMS Spiritual Army 144. Good. Yeah, he put Spiritual Army. Good. Because you just got Army. They said, oh, wait a minute. We got these guys probably got guns and all that. Spiritual Army. Because it is a spiritual army. See, Esau doesn't understand that. Esau, going back to the Roman Empire, when they put all of the apostles to death except John, and he was spared for a reason. The Most High put it in their minds not to kill him, but they were put to death under the charge of what is it? Sedition. Because when Peter, Paul, the other apostles were speaking this gospel, this is a spiritual takeover. This is not a physical takeover. But the Romans are carnal people, so they took it as an actual military force that was going to take over, and that's what Bishop Nate is going off on. That army, he doesn't have guns and all that. Could you imagine if all of Jakes had guns, the rifles, man? Can you imagine that? That would be more of a threat. But our weapons is what? This word is the word, teaching the word, just breaking it down. But anyway, you should watch this video. It's on now. Only 18 people are watching. There should be over 100 people watching this video. This is the head of DC, a very spiritual brother, very deep in the Hebrew, very deep in the prophetic scriptures. He's a studious, we call him a scripture man. He gets into the scriptures, he gets into the root words, he gets into the Hebrew, does a lot of prayers. So you should watch him, but this is what I caught. Let me see if I got a, okay, give me a second.
Let him be your fear, let him be your dread. And he shall be for a sanctuary, both for a stone of stumbling and for a rock fence to both the house of Yasha'Allah and for a gin and for a snare to the inhabitants of Israel. And that's what he did. All right, and many among them shall stumble and fall and be broken and be snared and be taken. Right, and why is that? Because the things that Yahushua was speaking was very hard. A lot of you out there, you just like this guy. We're not going to say who he is, right? But a recent fallout submitted his resignation for Great Millstone because he felt like the elders and apostles should have answered this guy differently. He feels like it's putting a stain on the doctrine. And guess what? The hell with you,
Yeah, this is a individual from Chicago. There actually was two individuals from the GMS Chicago that, no longer wanted to be a part of the camp. I don't know if they're going to join another camp. I don't know if they're going to keep teaching. If anything, they should keep teaching. But if they'll be elect, they'll keep teaching. They may get back or whatever. But you heard the statement. He said that the apostle should have answered differently. So I'm taking it that this been in him for the longest, and eventually it had to come out, his true feelings. And that's why I said offenses may come. I can go into a whole subject just on the word offense. Just go to that word, offense, and I'll start at I would start at Matthew's the 13th chapter. All right, because if you're offended by this word, you're offended by Yahweh Shai. So, I mean, and this happened right around 2023, the new year. So let's listen to a little bit more.
That was just your outing. I believe maybe he had a family member or somebody who was trying to call him a pedo and all this other stuff, and he couldn't take the heat. And you know damn well we don't do any of these things.
Yeah. So the brother said, the apostle should have answered Brother Polite differently. Well, what could you give me any suggestion as to how we should have answered him? What other way? If they ask us an exact question, what if what if Brother Polite had an Edomite mother? Not an Edomite father, but an Edomite mother. And he says, well, my mother's white. What's going to happen to her? What are we going to answer him? We're going to say she's going into captivity.
Concerning rape, children, a lot of us have kids. A lot of the stuff that's talked about us is just complete slander, and it's without understanding. Now, you can't even get this small portion of what the elders and apostles are talking about concerning grape, all right, concerning Jonah, because that's what this covers.
The 70 left the Lord because they got offended. Drink my blood and eat my flesh. And the Lord looked at Peter because I guess Peter had a certain look on him. He said, you're going to leave. Basically, he said, you're going to leave too. And because the Lord was straightforward, you know. Let's listen to some more.
Conversation is about here. How much more when it comes to other things pertaining to like salvation. You know, salvation is a hard saying. You say that only Israelites can be delivered. That's a hard saying for the world.
Beautiful point. That's a hard saying that only Israel can make it. Why do you think everybody and their mom is talking about us? Sarnetta, every guest that he gets on, because the Israelites are not even going on the show all that much, except for Captain Tazariak and Alazar. You couldn't pay us to go on Sarnetta's show, man, unless you give us $1 million. You give us $1 million, we'll come on the show and we'll tell you the truth. That's all them Hamitic guys talk about is Israel and the Canaanites, and they were really Canaanites. Well, you know what? I'm not listening to y'all. All these Christians, they're trying their best. They're fighting for the heavyweight championship of the world, of the truth, and they're getting knocked out. I mean, them brutal knockouts, man. You know, getting hit so hard, like my man, Gervonta Davis hit the dude Garcia. He hit him so hard in the 6th round, he sat down. He sat down. He said, I can't see nothing. I can't see nothing. Well, I'm going to give you a story. When I was in the martial arts, I had a fight with this guy, and the guy kneed me with 2 knees, and the guy was bigger than me. But Jake, the first knee, he hit me in the eye. The second knee, I blocked it, but I couldn't see. It was black. Couldn't see out of one eye. So I said, I ain't going to say nothing about it because that shit is embarrassing. It's going to make me look like a bitch. And, oh, my eye. I said, so let's just fight through it. And guess what? About 10 seconds, my eyesight came back. So this guy should have kept, you remember, you were beating the guy, you was beating the guy on points. You get hit with a shot. Oh, I can't see nothing. He bitched up. All right? Let me come back.
Great. All right. Concerning Jonah, because that's what this conversation was about here. And how much more when it comes to other things pertaining to like salvation. You know, salvation is a hard saying. You say that only Israelites can be delivered. That's a hard saying for the world.
So with me getting kicked knee full force in the eye by a man that was bigger than me, he pulled my head down and he put his knee up 2 times. And I said, nah, man, I'm not gonna give up. I don't give up. I don't believe in giving up. You know, I'm gonna die out there. That's how you gotta go in this thing. You gotta die out there, you know? So here these guys are tapping out. We got a new thing for you. You guys, you done tapped out. You done tapped out on me, huh? You know? And like this guy said, Joe Clark in the movie, you know, that movie, Lean on Me, the Latin dude, he said, I'm out, I'm giving up. This is not for me. School's not for me. So Joe Clark looked at him and said, oh, you're giving up on me, huh? You're giving up on us, huh? He said, you'll be dead in a year. You'll be dead in a year. So guess what? You guys that leave, you're going to be dead in a certain amount of time. You out there, the Most High is going to put you out there with the wild. You're going to be in the forest with the, with the wolves and the bears and the scorpions and the tarantulas. I had to say that. inside joke. You open. That one demon that jumped on you in Matthew 12, that demon that you had on you all your life from the day you were born to you coming into this truth, and you found the truth, that one demon jumped off you, but he was scheming on you, man. And he saw, when you saw this, you saw that video, he said, I don't like what the apostle said. They should have answered this guy different. So the demon said, I gotta open it. I gotta open it. And he's gonna say, come on, boys. He's gonna bring 7 demons more powerful than himself. So now that them demons are on your ass. But the beautiful thing about it is when them demons get back on, they creep on you, man. Well, you think you're a normal person. No, you a person with 7 demons on you, walking around other people with 1 demon on them. So them demons are gonna tear you spiritually apart. You done made a bad move, my man. And leaving this circle, this righteous circle.
For the Israelite world, it's also a hard saying for the heathen. So now I want to get into this hard saying of the stumbling block, which is Yahushua. He is the cornerstone. Let's get that too. Isaiah 28 and verse 16. Therefore, thus saith the Lord, power, Yahushua, behold, I lay in Zion for a foundation, a stone, a tried stone, a precious cornerstone, a sure foundation. He that believeth shall not make haste. This is talking about Yahushua. Creature created, things created by him and for him. To Ephesians 2 and 20, start at 19. Paragraph starts. This is Paul's letter to the Israelites scattered in Ephesus, the 2nd chapter, the 19th verse. Therefore, ye are no more strangers and foreigners, but fellow citizens with the saints of the household of God. This is also a hard saying, because when you go up here, it's talking about how we were Israelite foreigners, we circumcised, others circumcised. All right, this is very hard to understand. You know what? Other Israelite groups, they kind of don't really go into the Israelite foreigners too much. You're gonna hear a lot of easy sayings: color of the law, keep the law, how to treat your wife, how to keep your diet, Esau's, which there's nothing wrong with that. But you're just not gonna get any deep, hard sayings. We jump down in this letter to the Israelites scattered in Ephesus, 2nd chapter, 19th verse. It says, Then therefore, now therefore, ye are no more strangers and foreigners, but fellow citizens with the saints, and of the household of the Most High, and are built up on the foundation of the apostles and prophets, which came back in reincarnation. Yahushua HaMashiach himself being the chief cornerstone, from whom all the building fitly framed together groweth unto a holy temple in the Lord, who also are builded together for a habitation of the Spirit. So Yahushua is that stone of stumbling, he's that cornerstone. He's the very first stone laid down, so that we can also be built up. The scripture talks about how we are lively stones. I believe it's in this chapter. Let's just go to this too. Just get as much as we can, right? This is First Peter or First Shemaiah, because Peter was called the Hebrew name, and it was Simeon, all right, or Simon, which is Simeon, which goes back to the tribe Shemaiah, which is the so-called First Peter, First Shemaiah 2 and 1. Wherefore, laying aside all malice and all guile, hypocrisies and envies and evil speakings. That's the main thing. A lot of you out there participating in these evil speaking, just speaking against the elders and apostles, and they haven't done anything wrong. You're just upset because of the way that they answer people. But sometimes they have to use guile, sometimes they're direct, sometimes they're gentle. It doesn't matter. The message still goes across. The truth shall set you free. But a guy like this, he wants to stay locked up. We're talking about a guy who shot the Bible up. That's really how a lot of the Israelites feel. There's a lot of people in GMS too. There's a lot of hard sayings that come out from our elders and apostles, like not cutting your hair. And he just did a video about your diet, eating rice. So how do you gonna bug out people over these things? All right, folks at the comment for so said if you're eating rice, you don't get kicked out of GMS. Yeah, although he was joking, you know, but he's also being a little serious. Like, get your fucking diet right. Excuse my language, right? Because guess what? If you're in the camp, I know here specifically, you starting to look overweight, starting to look out of shape and crazy. I'm like, hey, brother, what the hell's going on? You gotta give it to you. Yeah, you need to start trimming the fat, change your diet up, start doing things.
And that's the Lord, trim the fat.
And those are good speakings, you know, it's righteous admonishment from the Spirit. Looking out for building the brother's faith up. It says, as newborn babes desire the sincere milk of the word, that ye may grow thereby. If so, be ye have tasted that the Lord is gracious. That's right. To whom coming as unto a lively stone, disallowed indeed of men, but chosen of the power and precious, right? Because scribes and Pharisees, you know, those who were keeping the law, statutes, commandments perfectly, so they were saying, they disallowed him. They didn't want him to be the first. They knew his mother and his father. That's why we're going to get it in John 6. It says, but he was chosen of the Most High, Yahweh, and precious. Ye also, as lively stones, are built up a spiritual house, a holy priesthood, offer us.
He that is without understanding will not remain with her.
Also, it is contained in the scripture, behold, I lay in Zion, which we read, a chief cornerstone, elect, Akayar, precious, and he that believeth on him shall not be found. Unto you, therefore, which believe he is precious, but unto them which be disobedient, the stone which the builders disallowed, the same is made the head of the corner. All right, and that's why great millstone is on the.
For wisdom is according to her name, and she is not manifest unto many. Give ear, my son, receive my advice, and refuse not my counsel, and put thy feet into her fetters.
Understanding all of the Revelation chapters, you're not going to get that from any other group except the Great Millstone. Continuing on, it says, and let me read this again. The stone which the builders disallowed, the same is made the head of the corner, and a stone of stumbling, and a rock of offense, even to them which stumble at the word. Right? A lot of you are stumbling at grape. A lot of you are stumbling at Esau being saved. I mean, not being saved. So a lot of you stumble at. Actually, you know, because that's a good point. In Amos 9, it says, the nations which are called by my name. How do you bug out? You don't even know how to break that down in Amos the 9th chapter. So possess the remnant Edom that are called by my name. And a lot of you don't even know how to break that down. It's going to bug you out when you try and go into it because it's insane. There's a lot of hard sayings in the scriptures. Even the vetting process that Gideon had to go through was hard sayings. So how do you? If Gideon had to vet out all those men just to fight that battle, of course we're going to be thinning the herd now. Of course we're going to be vetting hockey. You can't deal with the vetting process. Right? Being disobedient, whereunto also they were. So let's get into it.
2023 should have been called the year of the great sifting because motherfuckers are getting sifted. Right, the year just started. We in January, and men are getting sifted.
Start at 32. This is John 6 and 32. This is what I have been meditating on all day after watching that video of that guy saying he's going to send us his resignation based off of this video. So that was just a week. You were just looking for a way out, right? Obviously catching heat, condemning yourself in your mind, not seeking counsel. Trying to counsel in your mind, it says like counsel go before reason. You didn't have a correct reason. Didn't seek counsel, so that's why you had to bow out ungracefully. John 6 and 32. Then Yahushua said unto them, verily I say unto you, Moses gave you not the bread from heaven, but my Father gave you the true bread from heaven. For the bread of the Most High, and is he which cometh down from heaven and giveth life unto the world. So, because you say, seek peace for the whole world. Peace for the whole world. Cosmos. It's not talking about the whole. It's talking about the aggregate of earthly things, all right? Any aggregate or general collection of particulars of any circumstance. Every single word in the New Testament, you should look it up every time. So when you come back, you already know the deals. It says, then said they unto him, more, give us this bread. Yahushua said unto them, I am the bread of life. He that cometh to me shall never hunger, and he that believeth on me shall never thirst. I say unto you that ye also have seen me and believe not. And stone stumbling. And all that the Father giveth me shall come to me, and him that cometh to me I will in no wise cast out. For I came down from heaven and Shemayim, not to do my own will, but sin. Right, and that's what the elders and apostles do. They just speak the words of Yahweh Bashmi Shah. They'll tell you that it's not their words. You know, they can't deliver it. They say it all the time. You can't hang on to the. Just a lot of you, you think this is trending. You just want to be under the up under Great Millstone because you know we have 100% truth, and you think that's gonna deliver you just because you got GMS on you. That's cool, but you gotta have faith. You gotta have a personal relationship with your Hashim Shah. Remember, the elders and apostles were who they were before they were named Jesus. Right? And then the fruit followed after a while because they were speaking the words of the bread of the life. Right? They were speaking the words of Yahweh Shah. They didn't come to do their will. They just speak the scriptures. A lot of you have a hard time with these sayings because you're stumbling at the stumbling block. Right? 39. And this is the Father's will which hath sent me, that of all which hath given me, I should lose nothing. All right, and let me just say this: all you Israelites, you just think this is trending for entertainment. Just leave us alone. Right? Literally out here risking our lives, putting our lives on the line, putting our faces out here, doing this work in this ministry. We're not playing games, man. We know what the hell's coming down the pipe. Right? A lot of you gonna bow out, you ain't gonna be able to make it because your faith is not strong. You're not fortified. Now, Tazak just did a beautiful video called For My Namesake. You should go check it out. You go look on the community part of my page, GMS Spiritual Hagnos on Astraka. Watch that video for my namesake. A lot of you ain't gonna be able to endure it just for the namesake. That's gonna be so hard for you. That's a hard saying. The name Yahweh and Yahweh Shai. That alone is a hard saying for you. Okay.
So I'm gonna say shalom. Listen to this, brother. Subscribe to him. Get the notification. Powerful information. Powerful information. Shalom.